Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam and welcome. Namaste Gurudevaya Sarvasiddhi Pradajine Sarvamagala Rupaya Sarvananda Vidyayine. Jai Guru Sri Guru, Jai Guru Sri Guru, Jai Guru Sri Guru. The following text is a writing by Jagadananda Das, a devotee with whom I had a nice friendship in his last years. A few interviews and private conversations were in the last year of his life. His investigation actually is magnific. He did a wonderful investigation and research on Gaudiya Vaishnavism, traditional, unreal, original Gaudiya Vaishnavism. This writing is Bhaktivinod Thakur and Bipin Bihari Goswami. Bhaktivinoda Thakur's relationship with Bipin Bihari Goswami, Jagadananda Das. A name remarkable for its absence in the parampara given by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati is that of Bipin Bihari Goswami, 1850-1919. Initiation spiritual master of Kedarnath Datta, Bhaktivinod Thakur, born 3 Shravan 1850. Bipin Bihari was 12 years Bhaktivinoda's junior. He was born in the family of Goswami whose seat in Bhagna Para between Kalna and Navadvip in the Burdwan district. This is the seat of Ramachandra Goswami, the grandson of Vanshibhadananda Thakur, an associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the adopted son and disciple of Jagnava Thakurani, the wife of Nityananda. He made his reputation in 1877 and 1880 by giving lectures on the Bhagavatam and attracted the attention of the king of Burdwan, Mahatap Chand. The first writing in Sanskrit, Harinamamrita Sindhu, was published in 1879. His major work, Dasa Mula Ras, 1898, is over 1,000 pages long and covered the gamut of Gaudiya Vaishnava doctrine and practice. Other works were Arshanamrita Sagara, 1883, Madhura Milana, Sarasan Graha, Bhava Sangraha, Hari Bhakti Tarangini in 1902, and a number of Sanskrit and Bengali poems and songs. Kedarnath Dutt and his wife both took initiation from Bipin Bihari Goswami in 1879. After 3 years of exchanging letters, Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself summarized his initiation from his guru in his autobiographical letters to his son Lalita Prasad in 1896. I had been searching for a suitable guru for a long time, but had not found one, so I was feeling disturbed whenever I met someone in whom I could have a little faith. When I studied his teachings and character, I would lose whatever little faith I had. I was quite worried, but Prabhu eradicated these worries in a dream. In that dream, I had a hint of what would happen, and when morning came, I felt joyful. A day or two later, Gurudev wrote me a letter saying, "I will come soon and give you initiation." When he came and performed the initiation rituals, I became cheerful. From that day on, the sin of meat eating vanished from my heart, and I began to feel a little compassion toward all being. In the period that followed, Bipin Bihari and Bhaktivinod cooperated in the publication of the periodical Sajjana Toshani, which first appeared in 1882. Many articles by Bipin Bihari appeared there, as well as his translation of Vishnu Sahasranam in January 1886. He arranged for his disciple to be given the title Bhaktivinod in Bhagnapara itself in a ceremony at the Baladev Krishna temple. Bhaktivinoda mentions his spiritual master's name in several places in his own writings to offer him respects, and is appropriate Vaishnava etiquette for an author. The two texts from Gitimala are particularly interesting as they indicate the Siddha name of Bipin Bihari, which is Vilasa Manjari. When will Vilasa Manjari and Ananga Manjari, say me and be merciful, speak the follow essential words? O Vilasa Manjari, Ananga Manjari, and Rupa Manjari, please notice me and accept me at your feet. bestowing on me the essence of all perfection? In both of these songs, Bhaktivinoda follows the classical tradition established by Narottam Das of praying to his spiritual master in his Siddha form as a manjari. It is thus clear that Bhaktivinoda has not only taken initiation, but had also received Siddha Pranali from his guru. Sukavad Das has argued in his work on Bhaktivinoda that he followed the Ras Raj concept of worship that had been developed in the early days of the Bhagna Para line. In Kalyana Kalpataru, Bhaktivinoda Thakur also offers heartfelt prayers for the association of Srimati Ananga Manjari in the spiritual world, further showing a strong affinity for Ananga Manjari. The original preceptor in Bipin Bihari Goswami's line, cooperation between Bhaktivinoda Thakur and his spiritual master continue on the other levels to the very end of the former's active career as a writer and preacher, which may be said to have come about in around 1907, the date of his last published work, and after which his health began to deteriorate considerably. Most notably, Bipin Bihari participated in the meeting of dignitaries in Krishnagar in 1893, helping Bhaktivinoda Thakur to launch the great project of establishing Chaitanya's birthplace in Mayapur. Bipin Bihari's magnum opus, Das Samula Rasa, writing in 1898, not only quotes a verse written by Bhaktivinoda in 1896, but seems to have been inspired by it. In his autobiographical notes to that work, Bipin Bihari proudly mentioned Kedarnath Dutt as his disciple. All indications are that from 1880 up until at least 1901, the two worked harmoniously. However, nowhere has anyone been able to demonstrate that Bhaktivinoda Thakur even said anything negative or dismissive about Bipin Bihari Goswami. Some, like Bhakti Gaura Narasingha Maharaj, say that Bhaktivinoda did not imbibe any of the conceptions of Bipin Bihari Goswami. He argues that Bhaktivinoda placed central importance on the chanting of the holy names in contrast to the stress on Siddha Pranali given by Bipin Bihari Goswami. This, of course, is nonsense. For on the one hand, Bipin Bihari Goswami's first book was written in glorification to the holy name, Harinamamrita Sindhu, and on the other, Bhaktivinoda himself stressed the Siddha Pranali method of bhajan in at least 3 of his books, Jaiva Dharma, Chaitanya Shikshamrita, and Harinam Chintamani. Bhaktivinoda followed the Siddha Pranali system himself and passed it on to his son, Lalita Prasad, to whom he gave initiation. Did Bhaktivinoda Thakur ever reject Bipin Bihari Goswami? This will then appear to be the very image of a perfectly harmonious guru-disciple relationship, were it not for a number of issues that were raised in the years following the death of both Bhaktivinoda and Bipin Bihari. The classical statement of this position is given by Rupa Vilas Das in his biography of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the 7th Goswami. Bipin Bihari Goswami initially enjoyed a very sweet relationship with the Thakur, but later he is said to have been neglected by the Thakur due to a disagreement about the position of Raghunath Das Goswami. He also assisted the Thakur in his preaching work, but his spiritual advancement was not on the same level as the commander-in-chief of the Vaishnavas, as Srila Jagannath Das Babaji came to be called. This proposition is riddled with misconceptions, but arises as a result of a need to explain why the initiation spiritual master of Bhaktivinoda Thakur is not a part of Siddhanta Sarasvati's disciplic succession. Siddhanta Sarasvati may have felt it necessary to reject Bipin Bihari Goswami, but how can this be explained if Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself did not do so? Sarasvati's disciples have adopted his concept of prioritizing teaching, shiksha, over formal ordination, diksha, as a sign of relationship and a maker of disciplic succession. They thus wish to establish that the renunciant Bhajananandi Jagannath Das was more significant in Bhaktivinoda Thakur's life than Bipin Bihari Goswami, who represent the Gaudiya Mat, the householder Vaishnava born in the traditional Guru families. At the time Bhaktivinoda was living, however, the Shiksha and Diksha gurus will have occupied complementary roles, not exclusive of one another. Even if Bhaktivinoda had considered Jagannath to be more advanced than his own initiation spiritual master, a not at all unusual or offensive attitude, this will not have affected his disciple relationship with Bipin Bihari Goswami. The scripture is clear. There can only be one initiation guru who is not to be abandoned unless there is a sign of complete destitution from the spiritual path. There appears to be no evidence of this in the case of Bipin Bihari Goswami. Some representatives of the Gaudiya Math, such as Narasingha Maharaj, tried to discredit Bipin Bihari by saying that he was engaged in less than exemplary behavior, such as smoking tobacco. On the one hand, this is hearsay. On the other, this in itself would probably not be considered sufficient criterion for rejection. After all, would Bhaktivinoda Thakur not have been aware of this from the very beginning of his relationship? Other oft-heard statements linking Jagannath Das Babaji to Bhaktivinoda and his real spiritual master are that he took back from him. Another misconception, by the way, for this was a unilateral act performed years after the Babaji's death, or because Jagannath helped him to discover the place of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance, or that Bhaktivinoda called him Vaishnava Sarvabhauma. None of these, however, indicate that Bhaktivinoda Thakur rejected his spiritual master. It is evident from Bhaktivinoda's relationship with own son and disciple Lalita Prasad that he held the Diksha relationship to be paramount, at least when it came to the understanding of initiation and disciple succession. The Raghunath Das Goswami issue. A more significant claim coming from the Gaudiya Math is that Bhaktivinoda Thakur rejected Bipin Bihari because he had taken an unsavory stance on the Raghunath Das Goswami issue. Little can truly be ascertained here, but we shall examine it briefly anyway. Here is the summary of this position and expressed by Narasingha Maharaj. In 1911, there was a famous assembly of scholars held in Medinipur, Bengal, wherein the topic of debate was to be on Brahmin and Vaishnavas. Bipin Bihari Goswami was present at that assembly and, as was already known, he would side with the Brahmana community on the platform that Brahmana Vaishnavas were automatically superior to non-Brahmin Vaishnavas due to a Brahmana being born in a higher caste. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was also invited to attend that assembly. The conflict between he and Bipin Bihari was part of the destiny. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, not wanting to take a position of confronting and attempting to defeat his Diksha Guru in a public forum, declined to attend the meeting on the plea of bad health. In his place, he sent Saraswati Thakur, age 37, to represent the Gaudiya Vaishnava Siddhanta in the line of Sri Rupa and Raghunath Das Goswami. As per the teachings of Mahaprabhu, we all know what happened in the meeting. Kanan Bihari Goswami make the following interesting statement. He, Bipin Bihari Goswami, defeated the scriptural consideration of the Smarta Pandits and demonstrated the superiority of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Evidently, there seems to be some misunderstanding. Both traditions hold that their man was defending the same position. Bhaktivinoda Thakur did for some time show formal respect to Bipin Bihari Goswami, but when the Goswami disrespect Srila Raghunath Das Goswami by thinking that he can give blessings to Raghunath Das, the Prayojan Acharya, because Raghunath Das was from a lower caste, the Thakur distanced himself more from Bipin Bihari Goswami. I have heard, though I have not been able to get it confirmed, that a statement of this type was made by one of Bipin Bihari Goswami's more zealous disciples, a young Samindar by the name of Chaudhary Yadavendranandan. This then was attributed to Bipin Bihari. But once this attribution became tradition, it has been established as a fact, though no real evidence can be found to substantiate it. Since Bipin Bihari Goswami spoke strongly at the Midnapur devotee that Vaishnavas were superior to Brahmins, becomes even more doubtful and seems likely to be the result of some misunderstanding.